In today's Off the Mat practice, we will discuss anxiety and how to overcome anxiety when you're out in the real world. We're going to use, for example, waiting for your number to be called at the DMV. In this practice, we will simulate the onset of anxiety and the practices which you can use to manage these symptoms. We'll go over the cooling breath, the mental alternate nostril breath, and the sensation of rooting the feet into the earth to bring you back into the present moment. So let's just start by pretending that we are here at the DMV. There are all kinds of people around you. You have your ticket in your hand, and your ticket number 74. You look up at the screen, the digital monitor, and it shows that they're only at person number 3. What do? You're waiting, you have no place to go, you do have somewhere to be, you have stuff to do today, and here you are stuck at the DMV. So maybe you start to get a little hot. Maybe your mind starts going a little faster. You might notice your chest gets really deep, your breath gets really shallow. And in this moment, you're starting to get really frustrated and angry. You might be sweating. All we really want to do is get out of there and go home. But with all these off-the-mat practices that we have available to us, because we have these available to us, what we're going to do is we're going to use them to stay here and take care of the task that we need to do here at the DMV. So we'll start by taking a breath. First, we'll practice the cooling breath. If you remember from our breathing practices or the cooling breath video, what we can do is breathe in through the mouth. You can either grit the teeth if you're not too worried about looking a little silly in public. You could even stick your tongue out of the mouth and roll your tongue up like a straw and sip the breath in through the mouth like a straw and exhale out the nose. Normally, we breathe in the nose and out the mouth, or in and out of the nose. But for this cooling breath, what we do is we sip the breath in through the mouth, and then we bring the lips together and exhale through the nose. We can breathe in, and we can breathe out. And what this cooling breath does is it sets our intention. It drives our attention to our breath. We have to focus really hard to make that little straw with our tongue, or to bring all of our attention to the sensations of breathing in through the mouth and out through the nose. Everyone who gets anxious can use this practice. You can breathe in through the teeth like you might be naturally doing with that anxiety and frustration. You can do it very quietly. You can slowly inhale, and then you can slowly exhale. The other breathing practice that you might want to try in this situation is called the mindful mental alternate nostril breath. What we do is, as you inhale, you can imagine all of your breath coming in just through the right nostril. And then as you exhale, you can imagine all the breath coming out of your left nostril. With your next inhale, you can imagine that inhale coming up the left nostril and exhaling out the right. And you can continue in this manner where you inhale, focusing on the sensations in the right nostril, exhaling, focusing on the sensations in the left nostril, continuing to inhale through the left nostril, and then exhaling again through the right nostril. What this does, again, is it draws your attention away from the fact that you're getting a little frustrated with the DMV, away from the fact that you're only number 73, and that they're only, well, now at number 5 at the DMV. And your breath you can use to bring you back into this moment, with nothing to do, nowhere to be, just breathing in this space. The final thing that we can do if we find ourselves getting frustrated at the DMV, when your breath becomes shallow and your mind starts to scatter, one thing that we can do is plant our feet firmly on the ground. We can begin to notice the sensations underneath our feet. You might even want to rock forward and back, maybe side to side a little bit. Everyone else at the DMV is probably just as anxious and frustrated as you, and they might be number 274. I invite you to use these moments maybe just to press down with the big toe of your foot, maybe press down with the heel of your foot, maybe press down with the outside edge of your foot, just noticing the sensations of your feet grounding out down into the floor. And again, this will take your attention away from your frustrations. It'll allow you to return your attention to how you feel in this moment with your breath. None of these practices are going to make the line go any quicker or make the people behind the desk any quicker. But these are just a few practices that you can take off the mat with you in your day. And anytime you find yourself anxious about any situation, you can use these so that you might let your next response be more in line with your values and goals instead of being a reaction to your frustration or anxiety.